Right, this is the second day on this job. I'm going to get all the boiler and everything connected in this morning, which is just here. Van is parked just there, it needs a good wash. These country lanes are filthy this time of the road, so I've got a nice easy access. All I'm going to do first job is get my core through the wall, so my pipes exit the boiler from that point and straight through the wall. Hopefully they line more or less up with the pipes inside that we've brought down. So yeah, that's the first job. I'll move this out of the way, hole through the wall, and then we'll have a look inside the boiler. It's not raining, it just rained last night. Yeah, we'll crack on. At least they've bothered to send the flue kit with this one. The last one I did the other week, it completely messed me up because there was no flue kit. So this is what you get inside the boiler. Obviously flue, that's the flue kit from, sorry, that's the duct kit, that's the flue kit. And these are your pipes. So that one is central heating flow, then you've got domestic hot water, cold, and then return on these. So pretty easy to pipe in. Obviously I'm going to put the filter inside the boiler, cow mag, fill loop and everything, keep it all in here. You need, they come in with a built-in thermostat, and then all we do is insulate this duct through the wall and lag all the pipes and stuff. It should be fine. They don't normally cause an issue. PRV will come out, one of these knockouts, and an oil line and stuff go in, and then condenser will go out the back somewhere. So I've just drilled through the wall piloted, and that's where we've come. I'll move this copper pipe out of the way. All we'll do is swing them through into our duct, if you like. So yeah, that'd be nice and neat. So get that all cored out, sleeved through, lagged, and that'll be perfect. I'm thinking it's going to be a nice day today. It's a bit cold yet, but I've done this hole. It's warmed me up a bit actually. That's one good thing about current, it does warm you up, especially when your drill overheats. So that'll go there through like that. Obviously into my boiler. What I'll do is I'll knock the oil line bits out on this side where I can get to them now. So 5 valve, we'll need to go through one, and then the actual oil line through the other. Get them out, and then obviously I'll sweep the base off and get the boiler positioned. So yeah, that'll be more or less perfect for us, I hope. I'm going to get my flow and hot connected in first because they've got nothing on, so they'll go straight through. The cold's obviously going to have a shock arrestor, a scale reducer and a fill loop, and the return I'll probably swing round and put the filter in here somewhere. And as I say, PRV and condense we can do last, and oil line and stuff, but I want to get all the pipe work made up, and hopefully we're looking to get the heating system filled up today. No particular reason why I started with the hot. I could have done the flow first, but I just thought it'd be easier. Try not to set fire to the burner. It's freezing out here this morning. You might not look it on the camera, but it's freezing. We'll get this bit done. Come on. Got that a bit hot. Just because it's cold out here. So just working on my cold pipe work. I've got a full bore lever valve isolation where it comes into the boiler. I've got a scale reducer because we're in a hard water area. That helps keep everything clean inside the boiler, reduces scale on the cold water side. I've got a connection point for my fill loop. I'm going to put the double check valve bit on there, and then finally I've got a shock arrestor. So it's all fitted to manufacturer's instructions. When I said it was going to be a nice day, I think I lied. It's actually just started raining, but it's not raining too hard. I just want to get this bit done, and then I can get inside out of the way then. I need to get that oil tank all set up as well and line in, because they're coming to fill the tank tomorrow, so that has to be done. So I'll just get this fitted. This is the fill loop where you fill the heating system up from. Always put your double check valve side on the mains, because that's really what you're protecting. Obviously your fill loop should be removed after you've filled up. It should only be a temporary connection, but that is a double check valve inside there. So water will only go one way, it won't go back. So there's an arrow. So water will go that way, but not that way. I always use jet blue on the end of my pipe, like that, or around my olive if you like. And that'll go on there, like that. Are you alright, Harry? Yes, mate.
Just had your brother on the blower.
What's wrong with that? So on here I'll have the other half of the fill loop connection, which will go into the filter then, that's on the return. Oops. Like that ski. Don't need to tighten that one up. Get that, that'll have to go with an elbow across. I use a long street in it, which will be perfect for that. And then just a short bit of copper. Have I got any bits kicking about? That'll really be perfect. I'll get that soldered up. Fine, so fill loop on there, that'll loop around there, connect onto there. Just got that filter to tighten up. You can get to that all right. It says I can't do that one-handed. That will come off there. You can get to the valves, not too bad. Flue will come out this side. That one will be blanked off. And yeah, that's pretty much all the pipe work in on the boiler. Obviously, I haven't done the oil line or the PRV yet, but they can wait. I really want to get the heating and everything filled up. So there are all the main connections made. I know the pipe work is a little bit hickledy-pickledy, but it just makes it so you can get to everything. That return we can bleed through if we need to. If it does air up there, we can bleed through that valve there anyway. So you can literally get to everything nice and easy. So if you need to isolate the water, you can change that, not too bad as well. Shock arrest is fine to get to. So yeah, everything's nice and easy, serviceable. Even the filter, obviously, you can get to quite nicely as well on that side. So yeah, if you put everything nice and easy, it just means it makes it easy for the next person, really. So yeah, it should be fine. There's valves on the heating anyway, so if you're working on the pump or the expansion in the boiler, these are dead easy to work on because you can valve everything off. That's me flue all in. I just need to fit them two screws, one through there and one through there. That'll be perfect. They can't go anywhere anyway because it's all trapped in. So you can still get to that filter fine. It's honestly not too bad to service that one. What's next? Oil line. I'm going to leave the condenser and the PRV till last. I want to get the oil tank and oil line positioned because sometimes they can be a bit funny about filling the tanks unless there's an oil, it's actually physically connected to the oil boiler. So we're going to get that done next. That'll just literally, I don't know, I'll have to probably get some containment or something to put that oil line in. This is all going to be fenced off anyway, so I'll probably literally just come out with my valve and my filter along the wall, fire valve through there, through that box in, and then into the boiler. So what I'm doing, I'm going to put my fire valve here. I'm going to sleeve this with some 22 copper. I'm just going to bend that, and you can normally feed 10mm straight down. It'll help protect it because 10mm is quite, soft, really. It's soft copper. So that'll just feed into there. As I say, they're having a fencing that around this anyway. I just bent a piece of copper, first time trying it in. I just eyed it up. Let me drive out of the way carefully. Probably won't fit. This is real world. No, it needs a bit more of a kick on it, look. Oh, he's an amateur. But basically that'll kick in, and then I'll just cut it off here, feed the oil line through, 5 valve secondary filter, straight into the boiler then. Aha, so what we've done is bent a bit of 22. I'm going to try and slide that up there like that. Normally it works. Obviously, let me set the boat up. Probably won't work now, will it? I've done this before, he says. It's not my first rodeo. Can't even get the strap off the oil line. There we go. Fall a bit out. Still not going, you can see. Told you. That's made me look like an idiot, that hasn't it? There we go. So I had to put a socket. Oh, falling over. I had to put a socket on that. I haven't soldered that, but it'll hold in fine. It's just I really struggled to get it through my sleeve in one piece. So I still need to shorten that back a wee bit, and then connect this end in. That'll just drop straight into there. So I'll do that bit next. Get that all connected in. Hopefully you can see. It's just struggle sometimes. Normally you can get it round, but not today. And I really don't want to get wet through because it's looking ominous, the skies. Not put my drill in the way of the camera. You might be able to see what I'm actually doing. So these are just Munson clips, which you normally end up losing all the tops for. That's be fine, and then that will just carefully kick up there like that. You couldn't see any of that, but that will kick up there like that. I'll put it down there. Oh, we'll put it there. So that'll kick up, and we'll get that trimmed off. Somewhere there will be perfect. And then just one elbow, inserts, and then that's that bit done. Just get this sleeving off with this pipe. Is the world's blunted hacksaw. Need the olive. I'll go in there like that. Try and get a fairly straight bit, shall we? So just deburr your pipe. Got my knife, take the burr with it. And then olive, like a normal compression fitting, and then brass insert. And then this is the controversial bit, but I always do it. Some people don't. I use held tight on my oil drill. A lot of people, I've never had a leak doing it like that, so I'm not really going to stop. People say they're hard to get bits after, but I've never really had a problem. So that's how I do mine. Everybody does stuff differently, and it's whatever works. You shouldn't really use jet blue on them because it's not really the right product. And then we just tighten that up. Careful not to cross thread it. The thread seems a bit weird on that actually. Oh, don't tell me I've cut my pipe. I think we're alright. Yeah, that'll be about right. Get there in a minute. So don't get mentally tight with it, and that'll be fine. It's only soft copper. And then same here, so deburr the pipe. Deburr that. Nut and olive. Get that on. Come on. The end of that pipe. Just a bit of burr or something on the end of the pipe. It's quite tight, that one. That'll be alright. So, nut and olive. That pipe's quite tight for some reason. Nut and olive. The pipe looks nice and round. It's probably just a bit tight, it'll be fine. Insert, very important. Same on that. Insert in there. I've had this tin years, you can probably tell. You don't need a lot of it. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. And that will go like that. That looks crossed. Perfect. Don't use grips like me, use a proper spanner. And just nip them up again, don't go mentally tight because all you'll do is flatten the copper. The insert's supposed to stop it pushing, but again you don't go mental. That's all. Neatest way I could think of doing that, and it gives it some solid protection. So I just need to do this end and then connect it into the boiler, but that should be fine. Right, this is a 5-valve. What this thing does is if the boiler gets too hot, there's a place for it to hang. The probe on the end. It just looks like a thermostat pocket. If it gets above 95 degrees, it pops that pin out and it will cut the boiler off. So if it catches fire or gets too hot, it will stop the fuel. So in theory, it won't continue to catch on fire. So that's the idea. All boilers should have one. Oil boilers, you need a metre away on external models or outside on internal models ideally. Right, I think that should be alright. It just gives the oil line that extra bit of protection. I was just worried, as I say, I know this is having a fence around it. I was just worried that somebody would stand on it and crush it, because it is only, I mean, if they stand on that bit they're an idiot, but yeah, it just stops it from getting damaged so easily. I mean, somebody will probably come along and rub it, but I can't do much about theft. So on these boilers, the 5 valves sit in a slot. There's like a little clip they just hang on. There's a big warning notice there as well. So it needs to be 85 degree or above on these, because the heat slaves run so hot, because they store the water, there's no point putting a 65 degree 5 valve on, because it can nuisance trip. So just got to finish the oil line. I'm going to do the same thing again, just run some Munson rings on the floor, take the oil line through that separate hole there. So if you ever need to change the 5 valve, you just have to cut the 2 cable ties off it and basically pull the 5 valve out. I'm going to put a secondary filter down here as well before it goes into the boiler, and that should be all good. So oil line connects in, try not to get that flexi hose out of the way. Oil line connects in here, so you have to, they come with a valve on the bulkhead. Can't do that one-handed. So that's your flexi hose, should be changed obviously when you service the boiler. That just tightens on there like that, and then we just need to bring the oil line in through the back, which connects on here again with an insert, and yeah, the pipe. That's all the oil line in then. That's pretty much me done on the boiler, bar the conduits. I'm just going to dig a soak away over there somewhere, and then the PRV, which will just drop out that bottom bung just there. And then I'm going to go inside. I'll leave them for today though. I don't need to get that in. I really want to get the heating filled up. So yeah, going fine. And boom. I would say I did that, but Harry did that. I'm too slow. Harry's way quicker than me. And I taught him everything. So they're all connected in, hot, cold, flow and return. There's drain off taps on the other side, so you can drain it through the boiler. What else have we got to do, Harry? Just got a few to connect in. Blank these ends off. We're not doing any of the sanitary air, so we'll just blank these off. We just got that rad hung. There was two that needed hanging. Obviously that'll have to come back off for decoration and whatnot, but we'll turn the valves off and not fill that one. So yeah, all we've got to do now is insulate that duct. This whole wall, the reason we didn't put the filter and everything inside, it's all been insulated and boarded. So there's no point putting it in here because you never get to it. So yeah, it's coming together. Beautiful, that's all fitted. I've just wiped down the case. Tank's all in. Yeah, so I just need to go up inside, finish connecting up, and we should be getting somewhere. So this pipe here that the other plumber's left with that cap on is our mains in. What I need to do, I'll probably put a valve on there and then connect it into this, which is the cold feed that feeds everything else. So that one loops around, and then it tees across. So hopefully that will fill everything else. Then this will feed into the boiler effectively. So I just need to go around, make sure everything's blanked off, make sure all the connections are made. I had to nip off last night because I had to go to a gas leak, so I don't know if my mate completely finished doing everything. Obviously we've got to lag all these yet. I'll just make sure there's no open ends anywhere, and then we should be good to fill. So this is the last bit I've got to connect in. I don't know if you can hear it on the roof, but it's absolutely pouring it down outside today. Hopefully it's going to stop in the next like 2 hours or so, because I really want to get the cold connected in and then all the heating filled up. Obviously my boiler's all outside. I can't really leave the lid off it while it gets wet, otherwise it will get wet. So yeah, not so good this time of year. We'll just get these connected in and then we can get everything filled up then. Just get this bled through on the oil supply. We've got some oil in the tank now obviously. It will probably go to lockout. That'll go to lockout. But I bleed that through and we can get the thing running. There's about 5 leaks on the radiator tails, but other than that it's not too bad. This will go to 9F volt, and then you can reset them. You go reset and then oak, and it should reset. That's it struck up. What we'll do, we'll let it run. I'll check pump pressure, check to make sure it's all going to be set up fine, and we'll go around and check the radiators. And other than that, this job is getting there. Still got the condenser to finish and stuff like that, but I just make sure it all runs alright. I'm just nipping around bleeding the last of the rads. They're all getting hot. 3 of them I've had to turn off because they're leaking on the tails. So these are fine. These ones. This one's hot 3/4 of the way up. Just cold at the top, so I'm keeping my eye on that. I'll probably end the video there. This job's nearly all wrapped up. Just got some lagging to do, paperwork to fill out. Boiler's all set up and working. Keeping my eye on the air tap. So yeah, as always, if you did enjoy this video, make sure you hit the like button. If you didn't, hit the dislike button, and we'll see you all next week. Thank you all for watching.